Hey guys, it's John. Just making a video here in the hangar today. My hangar mate is not here right now, so I don't mind getting in here doing this. Haven't made videos in front of people too much. Today, I just went and got this stick so I could use my cell phone, and I want to do a walk around of just kind of showing my airplane. It's not the most decked out Challenger there are. There's a lot of things you can do to it, that I can do to it, that I'm going to do to it, and that's kind of some of the stuff I'm going to cover in this video. Yeah, so really quick, for people who are watching this, that my old channel was called Buff Hiker Slim, and I changed this one to Aviation Adventure Boys. The reason I did that is because in this flying stuff, obviously my boys and I are gonna do stuff in this airplane along with other airplanes, like 172s and stuff like that. So the reason I named it that was because my favorite YouTube channel is Outdoor Adventure Boys. So I am kind of ripping that off. But anyways, this guy Luke and his kids, they just do adventures, and it's how I want to raise my kids. I've been watching them for years now. And my kids and I do a lot of stuff, but we don't actually normally document it. So with this channel now, we'll be documenting it, and my sons have their own social media stuff they like to do too. So that being said, I'm using the GoPro attached to the wing right now, and this is what I used last time. You know, it can be adjusted a lot to see different angles. Also, my buddy Jason, the Cotton Patch, he was telling me that it would probably be a good idea to actually move this camera, sorry, you gotta see my ugly mug, to the back strut, which, let's see here, back there. And if I do that, then I'll have a different perspective that I'll show you in a second with my cell phone and the selfie stick. So I might do that. My goal today is to make this video and then go flying and try out some of the stuff that I've gotten, but it's raining right now and it's really cold. And as you can see, I'm wearing a beanie. My son's, luckily it was there and my ears were cold, so I took it. Yeah, so we'll see. It's supposed to, at noon, it's supposed to get nice. Right now it's like 9:30, 10 o'clock, something like that. So I will do this video, and then I will hopefully have a video following this up of testing out my in-flight cable, which I've used it for other airplanes, and it works good, but I've never used it in this airplane. And also, actually, hold on. So today I'm going to be installing this little device here. This is a GPS speed. It uses satellites to tell you how fast you're going. And yes, obviously we have airspeed indicator in the plane, and I have my iPad, which has my ground speed and all that stuff. But there's nothing better than having a pretty large screen with a digital, like, shows you how fast you're going. I use it all the way down here in my car. It takes an hour to get to the hangar from my house, and it was only 1 mile an hour fast, according to my car. I'm assuming my car is accurate. I don't know. Usually when I use my GPS, my phone's pretty accurate, or my phone and my car match up. But I'm going to be installing this, and I'm probably going to do the same thing. I'm stealing a lot of ideas from Jason because he's really got his airplane dialed in, the Cotton Patch on YouTube. I'm going to put this up here, so it's just kind of right up in my vision, up on the inside, obviously. And then also I want to talk about this radio. I don't know how to say the name of that company, Yaesu or whatever. This radio is not exactly what I was expecting. It does work, but however, it doesn't have a mic switch. I couldn't get the actual mic that's down in the airplane to work on this. So now I have to use a headset that actually has the mic built into the headset. Luckily Ray had one, my hangar mate here, and so he's letting me put that in the plane so that when I'm talking, you'll be able to hear me in the audio. But if I'm talking to traffic or other people, I have to reach up and push the click to talk on my headset. So that'll be interesting to see how that works. I haven't done that yet, so today's going to be a test of that. So I might end up just using this one as a backup for my regular flight bag when I'm in other airplanes, and then I might get a different radio that actually has the mic for this one. I just realized this little cord's here, so maybe I'll have to mess with that. Maybe I'm lying, but it's that's how it worked last time, so we'll see. So anyways, I'm gonna put my cell phone out and we're gonna do a walk around. Even though there's not a lot to see, it's just something I want to do, and that way everybody can see every little inch of the plane and know what I'm working with here. All right, guys, so now I've switched to my cellular device on this new stick. Very odd. I have to hold it way out here. I'm sure I'm doing it wrong, but whatever. I'll figure it out later. I'm gonna flip my camera around and show you guys the Challenger, and kind of do a little walk around of it, like I was saying. All right, so let's see here. So here's the Challenger. There's a lot of things I want to do to it. Here's my GoPro and my GoPro mount, one of them. I have another one now too that I'm going to be working on. And I might be switching this to back there. That way you get kind of this this view instead. That was a good advice. I actually wasn't the one who installed any of this. It was already on here when I got the airplane. So yeah, so this is 6285 Bravo. It's a 1998 Challenger 2 long wing. A few things that are done to it is it does have the third door, which I'll explain in a minute, and it does have the fiberglass landing gears. Those are like the strongest ones I guess you can get from what I understand. Also, it has the heavy lift kit, which is a different type of bracket because these were kind of having problems with these airplanes, and so they came up with that heavy lift kit from the factory or somewhere. You know, it's got one lever for the brakes, so when you activate that lever, it activates both brakes, and then obviously you have a rudder control with your feet for the front nose wheel. A few things I want to do to it. I don't know about doors yet. They sell door kits, you guys all know. I don't know if I want door kit or not. I live in Texas, and I enjoy it. I like being out there. Like I said in previous videos, I actually grew up flying ultralights and stuff with my dad. And so I'm used to being in like a Quicksilver where this wasn't even there. Like you're just sitting out there with you know, the wind and the noise. A few other things I'm going to do to it. There's a few kits that you can get that like back here that'll make this a storage area. I do plan on doing a long trip in this. So when I do that long trip, I might actually take this all out. And that way I can have more storage in here. I can have like my bag for my camping stuff and all that. And, you know, because this plane can hold 500 pounds, and I'm 250 right now, losing weight. So this is the 10-gallon tank that came with the plane. I'm actually going to put the 17-gallon aluminum tank in there. That'll give me a lot more range for you know, how long I can fly. I'm going to move this, I think. I'm going to try to move it beyond this over here, because when I am sitting in the airplane, my head is like right here. I'm only 5'9", but my torso seems longer than my legs. So if you're like a 6-foot person, I'm sure it's probably about the same. But yeah, my head is like right here, and I can feel these. So I try to slouch down a little bit. And because my legs are kind of shorter than my torso, this is out of the Kitfox, out of Ray's Kitfox here. This is the seat pad, and I had to do this to bring this part of my body closer to the rudder pedals, because as you can see, well, you can't see it now, but basically my feet were like this far away from the rudder pedals. So every time I landed, I had to shift my weight down into the seat so that my feet were actually activating the rudders. So anyways, this little pad solved that, so that's good. There's a few other things I need to work on today. That primer, it's not pumping up. Let me see if I can reach in there and do it. It's real loose, and it's been smelling like fuel in here, so I kind of think there's a leak behind it, or maybe it's not connected. When I fly with the Stratus 3, and that connects to my iPad, which is up there. Back to what I was going to want to do in here too. I'm hoping Mike at the factory is able to make me a nice panel for this plane, and I want to flat mount my iPad into the panel, and I also want to get a digital engine monitor. I've been talking to Jason about the one he has. I like that one. It looks good. So anyways, I want to clean that up a little bit. That's another one of the things I want to do. The main things I want to, those are main things I want to do, but the other things I want to do is, there is a strut kit that you can put on here, and it makes this streamlined. Most of you have it. Most Challengers have it. I don't know why mine didn't get it, but it doesn't have it. Just the people who have owned it, I guess, didn't want to put it on there. There's also a kit that comes down here that makes that streamline. Then there's a kit of these covers that go over all these areas like that and up here. Not sure if I'm gonna do that yet or not. Reason being, when you pre-flight the airplane, you always want to look at these, and I know you can take them off, and every 5 hours or something like that, you can inspect them. But honestly, airplane like this, I want to see every one of these attachments, and I want to feel them, and I want to know every time I go to fly that they are strong. And I don't think every couple flights is enough for me. Sorry, it's awfully cold in here. Also, your pre-flight includes making sure this threads are coming out from the bolt here, and obviously everything. This is an experimental aircraft that was, some guy probably built this in his hangar or his garage and then took it to a hangar. So you want to check everything. You want to make sure everything's, good to go before you fly. The other thing I want to do is there's a hatch that you can install right here, and it just has the things you pulled off, and then you can actually access the back of your panel that way. So like, for example, right now I have to try to find a way to get my big butt under here to look at that primer to see if there's something wrong with it. So if I had that, that would be really nice. I don't know why this is so focused in. Oh, there we go. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Go towards the back of the plane here. I'm still in the hangar. My hangar mate said he was going to put me on top, but he didn't, so that's okay. He's very helpful, though. It does have whatever that's called. I don't remember what that's called. Some of them don't have that. This one does. A lot of them do. It is a 503. So far, I've been pretty satisfied with the 503. I grew up listening to these engines, and this one sounds really dialed in. As you can see, it doesn't really have too many, like, it's not leaking and stuff like that. I do see right now that there is that, so I'll have to do a little investigation. But compared to some of the ones I've seen, they pretty much have way more than that after every flight. It has a climb prop, is what I was told. So my prop is more for when you are trying to climb than it is for when you are, cruising. I would like to switch that out, I think, because I do actually have a long runway and stuff here. I'm at an airport with a runway. I don't plan on doing too much adventuring like on short fields. I'll definitely be on grass strips and stuff that are long. So, yeah, here's the tail portion. One of my favorite parts is the rudder has a checkered flag. I thought that was really cool. There is a GoPro mount there, but I probably won't use it. And I can't really take it off, because if I were to take this off, I think it might damage the fabric. So I'm just going to leave it like that and kind of ignore it for now. The guy I got this thing from had bought this at Tractor Supply. It's just a wheel dolly, and it has, it's strapped on back there, and this guides the plane in and out perfectly. One thing, my airplane on the elevators, it has 2 downward trim tabs, and then it has this trim tab on the rudder. I haven't seen another one with 2 like this. Now, granted, I haven't really looked at a bunch of them. So if somebody can explain to me why there's 2 and they're both going down that aggressively, I guess I would love to know why. I mean, I understand what they're for, but why do I have 2? I've only seen them with 1, so yeah, so I don't quite get that. The plane probably needs to be painted at some point in time, but I'm not too concerned about that type of stuff. I think it looks pretty. It was really dirty when I got it, and it's been cold, so the guy I got it from didn't have time to clean it. But the guy I got it from, it appears as though he did a lot of work on it. It has had 4 or 5 owners in its life, so obviously you never know what you're getting yourself into with an airplane, but so far so good with this one. Love the little Challenger logos on there. Jason was telling me last night that he's putting one back here on his plane. Also, I need to come up with a name for my plane. I've had a lot of suggestions. So far, my favorite one was put on my last YouTube video. It was School's Out. Now, I don't really know. That's not really a name, I guess, but it's kind of the coolest one, because it's a play on the school bus action. So there's a few other things I want to change too. I kind of want to lower this seat a little bit. I don't know if that's like how it was designed, but I want to get like a metal or aluminum setup, lower that down just a tad bit, just a half an inch or something, just so I get a little closer to the rudder pedals. I'm one of those people who likes to be right on top of them. It's, you know, I just feel that's where I feel best. So other than that, it's got standard stuff. Everything seems to work. Um, and, you know, it seems to be all pretty dialed in. Like I said, I'm going to move that back so it's not on my head. Until today, I didn't realize that that trim was so close to it. So I don't know if I can go behind the trim or what. I would also like to get my Stratus set up there instead of down there. One thing that we do have in the Challengers and any other airplane that has this type of open concept is the fear of that falling out, obviously. So, or anything, like if for some reason my iPad were to slip out, then, you know, it would fall down to the earth, I guess. That is what I worry about the most, and my cell phone in my pocket. But I don't know, probably not too big of an issue. Here's the third door. I don't know if this tape was just there because he was trying to get the glue to dry on this or what. I'll probably take it off and mess with it. Oops, at a later date and time. But the third door just comes down, you know, and then there's like a bungee, and the bungee goes around that little thing right there, and it holds it in place while you're flying. Doesn't seem to be a problem. I will report that after hitting that primer now, I do smell fuel up here, so I'm gonna have to get that figured out. Oops, golly. So yeah, that's it, guys. My next video is going to be me flying. A few other things really quick before I leave. I'm thinking about getting a bigger front tire. I don't know why this one just seems so small to me. When I see everybody else's, I think, wow, this tire is just not adequate. I mean, it works for what I'm doing right now, but I would like to have a bigger one because I do plan on going to grass strips and stuff like that. And also, when I get a name, I'm going to do something up here with the name. So if you're watching this and you want to contribute a name, I would be happy about that and appreciative. And yeah, if there's anything else anybody wants to see on this thing, I know I didn't really do like a inch by inch walk around, but you kind of got to see the whole plane, and it would have been easier if I'd have been right here. But anyways, I can harass him as much as I want. But in the long run, he's the best hangar mate you can have. He's the type of guy that you can buy something for your plane and just set it in this seat, and then it'll be installed in the plane by the time you come back. Because I live an hour away, I'm just not here that much. So when I am here, I just want to fly, you know. I'm not the biggest tinker on a plane type of guy. There are a lot of people who are that way, and maybe I'll get that way when I get older. But as of right now, I am not. I just want to fly. That's all. Just want to get to the airport, put some fuel in the tank, boop, boop, and then go fly. That's what I want to do. So anyways. All right, guys, if you haven't yet, please subscribe. We're going to be doing a lot more videos that are adventure related, going out and taking this to places. Like the first place I want to go is Reclaw. And Reclaw is where we do there's an air show there every year. Or not air show, a fly-in. And if you want to see what that's like, you can actually go to like 2 or 3 videos back on here, and that'll show you what Reclaw is all about. I made a video there. But anyways, I want to take this there. I want to load my camping stuff into the back seat, and I want to just go camp there and do kind of a video of that. The plane, me, camping, outdoors, one with the earth. I just think it'd be fun, you know, to take your plane and go do that. So, and obviously next year at Reclaw, I'll have this there. Yeah, so that should be really fun. Actually, so a friend that I made from the Challenger World, Evan, he had his at Reclaw, and I almost bought his. We just couldn't come to terms on the price. Then I started searching around, and I found this one down in Houston area. So now I have this one. So please subscribe and all that good stuff. And yeah, hope you enjoy the channel. And if there's anything I can do differently or name suggestions you have, put it in the description or put it down in the comments for me. That way I know what to do. And now it's starting to rain again. Hopefully it gets nicer, but we'll see. All right, thanks guys. Bye.